Hey, welcome to or back to Growth Rising. On this channel, we just talk about all things dealing with astrology. And lately, we've been talking about your Chiron placement. So, in the last video, we went over Chiron in Pisces and Aquarius. So, in this one, we're going to go over Chiron in Capricorn and Sagittarius. And if you need help finding your Chiron placement, you can go to astro.com, AstroSeek, Astrology Cafe, or just go to Google and type in free birth chart calculator. The only thing that you'll need to know is your birthday, place, and time, and you'll be able to locate what sign and house that your Chiron is in. And so, depending on what sign it's in, you can also use that to correlate with which house that sign governs. So, since we're going to be going over Capricorn, which governs the 10th house, you can also look at that if your Chiron is in your 10th house, because you may be able to relate. And before we go further, I did just want to say I'm Bird, and thank you for stopping by. But okay, so Chiron and Capricorn. For one, you may be someone who struggles with authority and structure when you were younger, or even in a past life, you could have been given a lot of responsibility. And so now you don't know how to handle the responsibility. It's not really something that you like, because it's like, nope, I don't want too much responsibility, because you were already given too much before you were ready for it. And you could also have a hard time with your success, because you can see success as a linear thing, as in the only way that you see success is if, you're at the top of your class, or if you're the one who they chose to get a promotion at your job. And success has a lot of different ways of showing itself. Success could be waking up 30 minutes earlier. Success could be, actually speaking to people outside of the house, or being on your phone less, or driving to a certain place. Success can show up in a lot of different ways. It's not just one linear thing. And so if you do have Chiron in Capricorn, you will probably need to find a balance between your ambition and your self-care, and also realize that you don't have to always be in control, because you feel like, I'm in control of something. I gotta do it this way, that way, so that I can take care of the responsibility that you don't even want, and that you can have success that you always find it so hard to attain. So do know that you don't have to always be in control. And if you do by chance fail at something, know that that's okay. We all fail at something, and that's how we learn. If we always did stuff perfectly, it would be as if we already knew it and we never had to go through learning something in that process. You could do something now where you are your own boss, so you don't have to, always have so much pressure on yourself about handling whatever else. And you can be your own boss in different ways. It doesn't have to just be, for financial reasons. You could be your own teacher. Well, like, basically, you are in control of what you do. You don't have to feel as if you always got this pressure of answering to someone else. So, yeah, you can be your own boss. And, if you have been an entrepreneur, you know that there are certain things that you have to do. But since it's something that you want to do, you can have a lot more fun with it. And, hopefully it'll be easier for you to realize that, hey, okay, I didn't know this before, but now I do. And also, once you are able to unlock your power of knowing that it's okay to, fail at something and learn from that to do better, in the future, you can help others to learn that same exact thing. That you don't have to always be in control. You don't have to always have things perfect. You don't have to be afraid of responsibility. You don't have to do any of that, because life is gonna life whether we want it to life or not. So it's better to just go with the wave instead of just constantly fighting against it to where you're tiring yourself out. So that's Capricorn. So now with Sagittarius, if your Chiron, excuse me, if your Chiron is by chance in Sagittarius, you may fear not knowing or the unknown, like anything that you don't know that just kind of makes you uneasy. You don't like not knowing stuff. That's something that really bothers you. You could also feel as if you don't have purpose in life, as if you're just wandering around, no purpose, nothing, and you're always looking for the truth. And it could be, you may see how Sagittarius and Pisces are similar, because traditionally they're both ruled by Jupiter. But yeah, and also if your Chiron is in Sagittarius, you could also see it as if other people all have their life together and you're just sitting up here like, I have no idea what I'm doing. You may feel like, oh, I'm 25 years old and I have not bought a house. Whenever, in reality, if you talk to somebody who's 40 and they're thinking like, that's okay, you don't have to buy a house by the age of 25. So, that's just an example. Um, you could also be a bit naive with Chiron and Sagittarius, because it's like, since you are always seeking truth and you feel like you lack purpose, you're going to other people to find this out. You want to know what they know, but also understand that everybody is not going to be upfront with you on everything. They're not going to always be honest with you. And with some things, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So if your Chiron is in Sagittarius, do keep in mind that you do have wisdom. You do have that little voice that you hear, or that little feeling that you get when you feel like something is right or wrong. You do have that. You just need to listen to that more, because that is what's really going to steer you in the right direction, instead of other people who you're relying outside of yourself. You're relying on these people outside of yourself to find out, the truth or your purpose. So you just got to keep in mind, like, hey, I have what I need in me. It's right here in me. I don't have to constantly go all everywhere trying to find it in everyone else, because I already have it. And you can embrace that certainty that you already have in you now. And you can push the boundaries of your own consciousness. You can actually open that door for yourself. And once you open that door for yourself, you too can help people open that door for themselves as well. Because now like, hey, we do have this thing inside of us, our consciousness, our higher self, our, we're, our the universe that we're connected to, or God or source, however you may want to put it, but you have it in you. And you just need to, acknowledge that wisdom that you already have, instead of constantly looking for outside of you. Because sometimes people may seem like they have our best interests at heart, and they do not. So yeah, if you have Chiron in Capricorn or Sagittarius, I'd like to know, what all have you resonated with, and how have you dealt with these things? But thank y'all, and have a good one.